Ma, tell us your name.
My name is Joy Joseph.
Tell us, what is the problem that brought you here, ma?
There is a day I wake up on the bed, I started seeing blood on my leg. I thought it's normal menstrual pain. More than a month, it didn't stop. Along the line, even I cannot walk again, I cannot come out of my room again. When we went to hospital, they discovered that there is a cervical cancer. Then I've been from Lagos to Benue State. I've been carrying it from one hospital, one state to another, from one prayer house to another.
Okay, you mean you woke up one very morning and then you saw blood coming out of your private region and then you thought it was just normal menstrual flow?
Yes, then since then.
And then for how long the blood did not stop?
Going to 2 years now.
So you mean from time to time you used to see this abnormal bleeding?
Yes, sir.
And then when you went to the hospital, it was confirmed that you had uterus cancer or cervical cancer?
They say that is cervical cancer.
So is it the reason for your stomach that is up, protruded forward at this instance? Is it because of the cancer that your stomach is like this?
Yes, sir.
So how has this affected you? How are you feeling inside you now?
Oh, there is no day I did not feel pain. Every day, each day, I feel pain all over my body.
Okay, is this your normal body size?
No.
Okay, this on the floor, what is this for? What are you using this drug for? This local medicine for? What are you using them for?
When I went to hospital, there is a friend that advised me that he doesn't have cure, that I should come. He would take me to one man that prepared something like this, that I should be taking it. Because I have taken drugs a lot. There is no solution.
So now that the prophet of God is about praying for you, what do you believe will be the case of this predicament, this trouble, this ailment, and this negative shift in your body? What do you believe will happen to you?
My belief today, I know that Jesus is passing by. I'm going to hold him tight.
Can you clap your hands together for Jesus, people of God? Come on. You can see, can we take a look at her stomach? Can you see? Can you see? If you touch the stomach, man, how are you feeling? Tell us.
It's very painful.
So at what is there? Is it something like a growth or what?
Yes, sir.
So you can imagine if she is to take her clothes off, you can imagine the level at which that stuff is there. That cervical cancer, how far the tumor has already started coming up very, very well. But right here at the Arena of Liberty, there is absolutely nothing God cannot do. And we believe that the right hand of God, which is power, is definitely going to affect her life and also going to transform her life for the better in Jesus' mighty name. Let's put our hands together for Jesus. Clap those hands together for Jesus. Still on the prayer line at this instance, the prophet of God still laying hands, touching for people, praying for all of them at this instance. At this point, so wherever you are, get ready for what the hand of God right here and now. So you can see the prophet of God still stretching his hand, praying for people on the prayer line and ensuring that every life is being transformed. Madam, tell us her name.
What shall I render to Jehovah? For he has done so very much for me.
Come on, people of God. Okay, ma, tell us your name.
My name is Joy Joseph.
Okay, ma, tell us your testimony, ma.
I am here to testify to the gloriness of God in my life. For me to see today, my brethren, is a big testimony. I cannot tell it all. What the Lord has done for me. 2020, around before 4 o'clock, my husband wake up and say that he has started going to work. He say we should pray. I say pray. If I stand up, I will pray my own. My husband pray and gone out. So in that, before I woke up to pray, I saw 2 women before me give me something on the plate. That thing, I don't know whether it's blood or it's oil, but I know that I collected the thing. When I collected it, I just wake up. When I wake up, coming down from my bed, I see that blood is coming down from my leg. I say, what is this now? Maybe it's a menstrual pain. That is what I think in my mind. So I go out, I prepare, and go to where I'm doing my business. Gradually, it didn't stop again. I say, this is not menstrual pain again. No. What is this now, God? Small, it started small. Before you know, even if I stand here, the blood will be pouring like this. So one day we have one night vigil. I wanted to go to night vigil. There is a neighbor that said I should come and wait for her.
Okay, let's put our hands together for Jesus. Okay, ma, you said that just from the dream of the night, you woke up and then you saw blood coming out of your private region. Yes, that was after that dream you had, the encounter you had in the dream, of which you do not know what was given to you before you woke up.
Yes.
And then you saw this blood coming out of your private region. From 2020, it started gradually and then it continued like that in your life without stopping.
Yes.
So, how did you try? What did you do to stop this bleeding? Like, what did you do? In summary, what did you do? Where have you been in search of solution? Without mentioning names, where have you been in search of solution?
So, I cannot go. When I go to the woman's house, when I'm starting waiting for her, I started feeling the blood again. I say, I just rush. Before the woman to understand what is going with me, I just rush to my house back. She started calling me on my phone. She not come again. I say, no, let her be going. So that evening, I cannot get myself again. Around 12 in the night, my husband have to rush me to the hospital. When we went to one hospital in Lagos, the man tried to stop the bleeding. He could not stop it. The man now referred me to one teaching hospital, the bigger hospital there. I went there. They tried to stop the bleeding. It cannot stop. Then do what they can do. It cannot stop. So later on, my blood finished.
And so you mean your blood level in your system had to finish because of the level of the blood was coming out, the level at which the blood was coming out of your system?
Yes.
So tell us, because you said they took you from this hospital to the teaching hospital, thinking that there will be a suitable solution to the issue. And then after the blood finished, how were you managing to cope as at that period?
When the blood finished at that moment, they have to refill another blood for me. So as from that time, maybe every week or every 2 weeks, I used to refill blood before I can talk or before I can even stand.
That is to say, your case, you were almost gone as at that period.
Yes.
Because, listen, people of God, for them to be giving you blood every 2 weeks, you can imagine the level of blood that used to come out of the system of this woman. From 2020, she has been on medication, and then they have always been placed on her receiving drugs from the hematologist and always going to the hospital every week, every 2 weeks to receive blood. So after the hospital, where else did you go to in search of solution to this problem?
Teaching hospital, they will be telling you, go tomorrow, come. So, and the thing continue. One of my neighbors told me that I should go to one place. They call it Zaka Hospital in Otukpo. That I should go there. From Lagos to that place. The man now saw me, he treated me, tried his own best. He cannot stop the bleeding. He cannot stop it. So he now referred me to a teaching hospital in Makurdi again. So from one teaching hospital to another, and then from Lagos to Makurdi, this is how they kept referring you. Yes. So what now happened when you went to the other teaching hospital? They tried, what they told me there, they say it's a cervical cancer that it doesn't have a cure, or I should go to the hospital where they will burn everything in my stomach. They will burn everything, so that if they should burn everything, maybe by grace of God I will be alive or not. Now listen, you see how much this has affected the life of this woman. But before you proceed, because your face now is the flesh that God has given to you has added, and also because how were you looking like before all this case happened to you? How were you looking
the original body size that you entered, was it the original size you were before you started bleeding?
It will not now. This is not my body that I have before now. This is the condition of the sickness that you are still seeing me on.
Okay, we also saw on the drug that you went to a local place and then we saw some local drug. Tell us, how were you administering this local medicine from the herbalist home you went to?
One of my husband's sister is living at Kano. He called me that I should come. That he has spoke to one man there, that the man said he would try. That all those things, not a hospital something. When I went there, he's the one that gave me that herbal something.
So you've already traveled 3 states automatically from Lagos to Makurdi and also to Kano. So now tell us what happened when you came to the Arena of Liberty. How did you get to know of this ministry and what happened through the regarding your sickness, regarding the ailment, cervical cancer that was troubling you according to the diagnosis from the doctors that were attending to your case?
So from the Kano again, I have a sister-in-law here that called me that I should come because there's no solution there. He said I should come to here.
Okay, that is to say, okay, you mean somebody, you have somebody here that invited you to this ministry?
Yes, sir.
So tell us what happened after the touch. What happened? What is your testimony to confirm that God has indeed done something wonderful in your life?
So by the grace of God, about 2 months now, I came to the prayer line here. The very day I came to the prayer line, as I'm going home, it was terrible for me. But about 2 weeks now, I did not see the blood, and I believe I'll not see it again.
Are you just looking like that, people of God? Clap your hands together and stand on your feet and celebrate God for this awesome healing. Now, listen, do you know the reason why she saw it coming out very well? The man of God always tells us here that whenever God is about to heal you, every single deposit of that in your system will come out. And that is the reason of what everything flushed out. Watch your screen. That was the number of drugs she was taking. And that was when the man of God was praying for her. And also the local stuff. And immediately God perfected the healing. The healing power of God went with her to her house. And since that time, after the prayer line, right here at the Arena of Liberty, for 2 weeks now, she has not been bleeding. And the way you clap is like you are not happy for what God has done in the life of this woman. Only God can do this. Since 2020 till now, for you to be placed on continuous receiver of blood from the hematologist in the hospital, and sometimes the hospital might run short of blood in their bank rather, but you need to wait again. But God did it for her. After a touch on the prayer line, the excesses of what is left was flushed out of her system, and then from that moment till now until forever, she has not been bleeding. Can we clap our hands together for Jesus? Okay, madam, tell us. Now that God has used his humble servant prophet here, Jeremiah, just after a touch right here at the Arena of Liberty to set you free from the bleeding issue that has made you to spend a lot of money in terms of transportation and also in terms of the infusion of blood in the hospital from the local, going to the local home to also receive. But finally, someone invited you right here at the Arena of Liberty, and the prophet of God touched you, and then you received your healing, as we can see on the screen. That was when the man of God prayed for her. What advice do you have for the people of God in church? So many persons who are also going through this trouble and they need God touch today.
My advice to everyone here is that seeing me today is a big testimony. I'm advising you this morning, whatever be the case, if God can save somebody like me, you are saved already.
Can you clap your hands to make them louder, bigger, better for Jesus? Come on. Okay, ma. The people of God rejoice with you. Because bleeding issue is one thing that could take a lifetime to heal. And your case led to cervical cancer because there was a very big error there and the doctors tried their best. But we believe, as the man of God always says here, that the doctors treat, but God does what? Heal. The people of God rejoice with you, and we advise for your testimony to remain permanent. That you continually make the word of God a standard for your life from this moment hands on to forever in Jesus' mighty name.
Amen.
Let's put our hands together for Jesus, people of God.